do we understand what it takes to become an enabling society? Yeah, I see a lot of brahmacharis who go on a mission, and they're very much closed temples, meaning from Monday to Saturday they're just doing book distribution, doing whatever they can to create funds for the temple. But then Sunday, maybe just cook a feast, but actually there's no enabling going on of the community. To become a community, they've got so many skills, so much expertise, but we don't enable that. So do we understand what it takes to enable us, to become an enabling society?
When you say enabling society, do you mean to make a contribution to society?
There's a lot of skills out there, but we're not enabling them amongst our congregation, amongst our communities.
Okay, so lack of practical training, would you say? Is that the issue, or?
I want to become grihasta, but I'm not trained how to live in this world. You mean this?
I think what he means is
society. In terms of serving Guru and Krishna, do we understand what it means to become a society that sustains itself? Because we're just the brahmacharis, we're the head. But what about the other sections? What are we as a society?
Brahmacharis are not the head. They're the legs.
Yes. Yes, brahmacharis are the legs. Sannyasis are the head.
Sorry, Still, we're not enabling the other sections of the society.
Utilizing their possible contribution in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, sometimes to understand, the point is the lack of training. What's the issue? Is it the lack of practical training or the lack of understanding of what it takes? Both. So lack of understanding and practical training to develop a Krishna conscious society. This is what you mean?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Our issue is that the objects of the senses are very prominent or visible. For example, when brahmachari goes for book distribution and he sees stuff going around, and it makes his mind go crazy, and this is a big issue to become a brahmachari or to elevate in Krishna consciousness.
Yes, so too much mundane propaganda or objects of the senses.
Senses are very visible to us, and we are not so strong to.
Yeah. So available objects of the senses even invite us to enjoy life in an active way. So that's a challenge.
We discussed how sometimes brahmacharis leave it too late when they decide to change ashram. We specifically spoke about the age of 40 that devotees go through battles in the mind. And we kind of discussed how perhaps if there's a way that we can kind of address the desire to change ashram earlier. And we spoke about consulting senior devotees and just being honest with oneself, looking deeper within one's heart.
Okay, so how will we put it in 2 or 3 words? Or will you word it?
Midlife crisis. Sorry,
I understand what you mean. Like okay, it's too late to change ashram in some cases. Can we develop a system within our society to make things timely? But how will you say what will be the issue in 2 or 3 words? Or maybe you can summarize it?
Well, I think midlife crisis is
Midlife crisis.
Yeah.
Okay, that could be. But the midlife crisis can come to anyone. I mean, the husbands also go through it. It's not just that's for everybody. Even can be a challenge. I'm seeing in the research, even for sannyasis who took sannyas very early, would be a challenge during a period of life, because it's like, okay, it's a last opportunity. Either you enjoy now or you are finished. So midlife crisis can be a challenge
What about
there. But I'm not sure. Was that the point?
What about
Midlife crisis will.
Yes, and also we.
Was that your point, or I'm asking the group?
Yeah, I mean, that was a word or a phrase that came up to kind of summarize the points that we came out with. I think the main thing is to understand where someone is properly situated as early as possible. As opposed, sometimes we don't speak about it, and because we don't speak about it, later it becomes an issue, and it's kind of like it becomes a little embarrassing to address it. I'm not sure how you. I can't.
It's a good point. What we're making is
Because we
a very good
also
contribution.
discussed that you should be prepared financially. So therefore also it would be wise to know, I'm already heading there, and then also you can financially prepare.
Maharaj?
Interesting enough, in some sampradayas, like in Madhvacharya, they look at the horoscopes of the boys, and they decide at 5 years old. They decide when they're 5 years old if they're going to take sannyas or not. So at 5 years old, at 8 years old, sometimes they go 5, they take sannyas at 8 years old. That's why they have that smaller dandas. Because when you take sannyas, your size, time you take sannyas, that's the size of the danda, so it's 8-year-old size. So they carry the 8-year-old size danda for the rest of their lives.
And they don't have.
Interesting enough, I believe in around 800 years they only had 1 or 2 fall downs from sannyas.
Yes, and they offer a different training for Upa Kurvana brahmacharis and for Naistika brahmacharis. Those who take sannyas, the training changes. So we have to see, okay, how do we apply this to our situation? So that's something to consider. And there is, I think it's good that we're identifying the issues, and we don't have time now to come up with the answers, but it's good that we're raising the questions openly. And then we need to, during these brahmachari conventions, we need to discuss and to find positive action points that will help to improve our own ashram dharma in service to Guru and Krishna. So, okay, so we will stop now. As we said, we will start 50 minutes later because we have gone 50 minutes more. So at 4:45, we will have the panel discussion with 3 guest speakers who will explain why they chose the option they decided. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Harival brothers, Maharajas, Prasadam will be served for the brahmacharis. Those attending the conference will be served outside on the lawn. And for the sannyasis and senior devotees, as per usual, will be upstairs.